in this new era of streaming, just like some of the people back when streaming was started was, prophesying that eventually streaming is just going to be more expensive than cable. And people like me said, no, it won't. Well, here we are, and it kind of is, which has got a lot of us thinking if they're going to go back to kind of like the cable model and maybe do some bundling. And we've talked in recent weeks about, some providers going to be doing a little bit of bundling, but nothing as robust as what's just been announced is going to be coming out of Verizon. This comes to us from the folks at Deadline who write the following. The Verizon will offer the ad-supported Netflix and the ad-supported Max tiers in a bundle for $10 a month starting on December 7th. That is significantly cheaper than if you did it individually. The deal, available for Verizon's My Plan customers, reps more than 40% in savings. The big telco said today. Now, this is where it gets even more interesting. Verizon will then offer 2 content bundles, Netflix and Max Plus, the Disney bundle, which includes Disney Plus, no ads, Hulu with ads, and ESPN Plus with ads for $20 a month. Bundling is growing increasingly popular since it reduces churn for streaming platforms. All right, first thing I want to touch on is this. This is actually a really good deal. If you're a Verizon member and you got a Verizon My Plan, the fact that you could get, ad-supported Netflix, Max, ad-free Disney Plus, Hulu with ads and ESPN with ads for $20 a month. That's a pretty good deal. Now, of course, the Netflix ad-supported plan doesn't have all the bells and whistles that the regular full plan does, but this is something that I think a lot of people have been starting to say that they would like to see, the idea of bundling. Now, why is this something that can work for them? Well, it goes to what we've been talking a lot on the show about recently when it comes to streaming. Churning, the amount of people who churn has doubled every year for the last number of years. And of course, churning is just basically the idea that you subscribe to a service so you can watch one show or movie, and then once you're done, you cancel the service and then maybe come back when something else comes on that you're interested in. The streaming services want to cut down on churn. And if you're part of a bundle that has Netflix, Max, and Disney Plus in it, okay, maybe nothing you want to watch is on Netflix right now, but you got that new Disney Plus show you want to see. So you don't churn, you just keep your subscription active, your bundled subscription active. It's actually rather brilliant. It's a really good move, and they're right. It will work. This will cut down on the amount of churn, and as long as they offer it at a dollar value that is appealing. Not to mention, Rob, we've talked a lot on the show about the fact that, the big streamers like Netflix, Max, they want to try to push people more to their ad-supported tiers because even though it's cheaper, they'll actually make more money off of people watching ads than paying extra for a subscription service. I think this is something that's going to be very, very popular. And another report, Rob, came out that Apple Plus and Paramount Plus are talking about bundling their services now too. Guys, we want to take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video, Quip. Good health starts with good habits, and Quip makes forming good dental habits easy by delivering all of the oral care essentials that you need to care for your mouth. I've already told you guys about their incredible toothbrush that is now my favorite toothbrush I've ever owned, and their mints and gum are amazing. But now I want to tell you about their water flosser. It hits all the right spots with gentle or deep cleaning pressure at the touch of a button. And don't worry about recharging. The cordless rechargeable battery lasts up to 8 weeks with daily use, no bulky charger or dock or tangled cords. It blasts away up to 99.9% of plaque and popcorn from treated areas with precision thanks to the 360-degree rotating magnetic floss tip that snaps right into place. It's easy to control water flow that leaves you feeling squeaky clean. And the sleek and slim design, it keeps your countertops as clean as your teeth. So guys, if you go to getquip.com/Campea right now, you'll get 20% off any electric toothbrush, mint and gum dispenser, and water flosser. That's 20% off any electric toothbrush, mint and gum dispenser, water flosser at getquip.com/Campea. Spelt GETQUIP.com/Campea. Quip, the good habits company. Anyway, you heard about this. Do you like it? Is there anything about it that you don't like? Does this make sense for consumers? Does it make sense for the streamers? How do you see it?
Well, John, we've talked about this prophetically for a long time. And I think that it's going to be good for consumers. But I also don't want to are the rates going to get changed up every couple of months? I mean, are they going to lock us in? Like, if you have to get a bundle, can you sign up for a year or 3 at a fixed rate that isn't going to change? Because I don't want to be experimented on as a consumer by these streaming services as they figure out how to get into profitability. But right now, my first inclination is that this is a good thing. And I think it's something we expected. And I think Apple Plus and Paramount, I mean, why doesn't Apple just buy Paramount? But I could see that that's a great thing, because alone, both Apple and Paramount might not be desirable for some consumers, but together as a bundle, they have a lot more to offer. So why not do it?
And, it kind of works for these big traditional companies too. Like, we've talked a lot recently about the fact that in recent years that, whether it's AT&T, Spectrum, providers, traditional providers are going to fall off on the wayside as the new era of streaming comes in. Well, now companies like Verizon are coming in saying, we found a way to be a part of the game. We are now in the streaming game, and we're offering these bundles and all this kind of stuff. I think, let me ask you this though, Rob. The main motivation here for the different streaming services, Netflix, Max, Disney Plus, is to try to curb churn. Do you think having these bundles will, in fact, let's say, encourage people not to engage in churning and just stick with it if they've got their bundle? Or do you think it might not make that big of a deal?
Well, no, because I think with a bundle, if you're bundling services, you get double the content, sometimes triple the content. I mean, Apple Plus teaming up with Paramount makes a lot of sense, because you're going to get access to the Taylor Sheridan shows, to Star Trek, to all kinds of things that you might not get on Apple alone. So I think it must curtail churn to a certain extent, if only because you're getting twice as much material. Maybe.
You know what they need to do? If they're going to bundle things,
Sex Court TV.
No, they should have one username, one password for the whole bundle, instead of having to create a username and password for every single service. Because when sometimes they sign you out, like after a little while, if you're in, and you go, it's one of those stupid things.
But what you're saying makes sense, because that's kind of what Amazon does. Because with Amazon, you can subscribe if you have Amazon, Amazon Video, right? Within Amazon Video, you can add on subscriptions for Stars or for Max or whatever, and you can just log into your Amazon thing and get into those other services through there. So expanding something like that would make a lot of sense too.
And the problem here is Verizon. I'm not Verizon. If they offered this to Xbox users, I'll be all over this for sure.
Well, now it's a matter, can Xbox make a deal with all the streaming services that offer that bundle, right?
Wow, that would be interesting.
China churner.
China churner.
Stop being a China churner.
I'm your private password, a password for money.
Password. Oh my God. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.